Hi, I'm William Malik, and I'm here with your bit of security for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. Today, we're going to have a bit of a history lesson. Back in 1990, I joined the Gartner Group. Software Management Strategies was the team. We had an offsite a few months later, and the agenda went really quickly. And so our boss, Jeff Schulman, asked if there were anything that we might do to make productive use of the time. So I said, well, why don't we get Roy and Tony to talk about what client-server computing means to me? Now, I was the new guy, so I could get away with saying something that outrageous. Roy Schulte and Tony Percy were both senior researchers at that time. And whenever they would talk about client-server, the situation would end up as a kind of argument. So they said, of course, and grabbed markers and each pitched for half an hour. And then the unthinkable happened, which was everybody in the room looked at me and said, okay, Bill, what do you think? And I said, oh my, that's right. I'd called this meeting. What I said was, the reason you guys always get into a fight is because you're talking about two orthogonal sets of concepts, but you're using the same vocabulary. Roy's focus was on a pure software architecture, whereas Tony was talking about the physical relationship between various kinds of computers, a workstation and a mainframe and a database machine. Anyway, in the course of the work, we developed a presentation and a paper called Client Server and Cooperative Processing, a guide for the perplexed. That document contained our initial discussion of the application as having an application layer, front end with presentation, a back end with data. And then if you split this at various points, you'd either get distributed presentation, remote presentation, distributed application, remote data, or distributed data, the 5 styles of two-tier client-server computing. That document served as the basis for the n-tiered application design model and also gave us some great insight into how different styles of computing are better attuned to different kinds of computers. The point is, could an LLM have created that document? And I think the answer is absolutely no. Because what an LLM does is it takes a look at language and it attempts to define the average of the meanings of all of the terms. It is 180 degrees oriented away from exploring the semantic nuance behind language. It is intended instead to come up with the statistically typical meaning, that is in the sense of what word is most likely to follow another word, for any phrase. LLMs can't create poetry. They can mimic poetical output. They can make it styled at that. But if you ask it to compare two different things and identify the differences, it would either come up with the fact that there are more commas in one than the other, but it would do nothing with the actual semantic content. So the learning from this is, if you have a job that requires creativity, and if your boss understands and values creativity, then you're safe from any AI ever taking your position. And that's our bit of security. And I'm William Malik. Thanks.